Hello, welcome to another episode of A Little Bit of Michigan Everywhere for everyone. We are going to try and go to Frankenmuth today, and we'll see you there. This is also the Christmas and New Year's and Lunar New Year's edition episode. Sorry it's taken so long to get out there, but we've been running into a few kinks here and there, and in a few minutes we will be on our way. So let's check everything here on make sure, look at our tent, and got all the kind of snow there, and pull out ever so gently on this nice snowy day and our attempt to go to Frankenmuth. We'll also be attempting to go to the bank and a few other places, but it's not really here nor there, so let's get on our way. It's like Michigan is very beautiful in the winter, and everything has all kinds of snow on it. But I like to say, in Michigan, as long as you don't have to be out in the snow, it's okay to look at the snow. The snow is, it's all very beautiful. It's all out of a picture book almost, and it's very fun to look at. So as long as you don't have to deal with the cold, you can watch this from the warmth and comfort of the inside of your house and not even have to worry about going out in that wet, slick stuff that makes you fall on the ground. We here at A Little Bit of Michigan Everywhere do not endorse any radio ads. So if you hear some in the background, you can tell what they are, just to ignore them to the best of your knowledge, because we are not endorsed, nor do we endorse any dealerships or radio sponsors or anything else, because they are not our friends and they do not pay us money, and we do not want to give them any free advertisements. So, that being said, enjoy the ride and be thankful that you're not driving. And now we're just coming up to the end of our street, to the yield sign. Remember, yield means stop. It's just another word for stop. And that's what you're supposed to do and act at a yield sign. Most people in Michigan don't know that. And if they say it's like a walking stop, they are what you call full of shit. So, and they will flunk the driver's test. Treat a yield sign like you treat a stop sign. That's what the police told me when I asked. So, right now we're going to pull on out on the freeway here. Not the freeway, but the highway. And you see, it looks all very nice. All the trees, all the wetness, and all the snow. Just almost right up the book. Come on, red light. And just give it a few minutes here, and gotta wait at the light for a bit. And then we're heading right to a rest stop, and we will be resting soon. There isn't much to see here. And now we're at Bronner's inside of Frankenmuth. And so we're going to follow these tourists here who've been there only a couple times, or maybe never. And we're just going to look at some stuff. A lot of this stuff is repeating, and so it's not very interesting. There's Wally Bronner there, and you look at all the stuff on the very elaborate decorations. Even the men's room is decorated. And we're just walking. We're just having a look at everything, getting in the Christmas mood of things, and Bronner's is very well known for getting you in the mood for that kind of thing. And so just kind of walk through here. It's been like our thousandth time, walking through Bronner's, walking out of the men's room and seeing all the crap. I am told that the employees of Bronner's, when they go home, make sure that there is no Christmas anything up and no Christmas music. Because they have to deal with this crap 24/7. It just fucking rings in their head like a bad torture. Alright, fake stuff. Big gaudy stuff. This is actually the place where we spent a lot of our time. Didn't spend any money, but spent a lot of time just walking around here looking at stuff because the people that we were with were from another country and had never seen anything like this before in their lives, and it's kind of overwhelming to them and interesting and kind of like, hey, look at this. It's all this fun stuff. Hey, look at this American boy. He's not even my ancestor. I'm going to bring him over and get a picture with him because he looks like an American. So, we're just kind of walking, looking at everything. Trying to look at everything and get pictures of everything. So, if you want to watch it on the slow motion or, on the slow, you can go to YouTube and just, slow it down or roll it back and see all of the pictures that they have here at Bronner's. Trying to get pictures of everything here, everything that they have, because it's, world's largest Christmas store, world's most famous Christmas store too. So they sell Christmas trees and every kind of light that you could ever imagine or want, even stuff that's long past gone from the 1950s. Probably even those LED lights and stuff, LED stuff they, canceled out a couple of years ago. You can get them here, or at least reproductions of them that are pretty similar. Everything is nice and bright, and winter is definitely the perfect time to visit here, but it's also the most crowded time too. Everybody's here because they're trying to get the Christmas feeling. Just left you there for a minute to let you enjoy the dualities of the music, of the chosen background and the chosen music that were there. Kind of matched each other. So, onwards to, the international section. Here's an unseen part of Bronner's that rarely gets seen or caught on camera. And at least that was back there. Walk around to see all the stuff. See that they're starting to include Halloween with their other stuff. And I guess they're really running out of things to sell, and so they got to try all holidays. I really don't want to see Easter and Bronner's because it's, the death of Jesus. This is the birth of Jesus. I'm really not a fan of Jesus either, but it's just like it's kind of like the duality of holidays and crap. Shouldn't be made into a holiday store. Just Christmas is one of those special holidays that transcends Christianity and really wasn't Christian to begin with. It was originally a holidays that the Vikings would celebrate to cheer themselves up about winter. Not Vikings, but there were regions and the people who celebrated the Norse gods, and in those countries like Germany, it'd get real miserable during winter, and even in Norway, people just kill themselves, and so they had to come up with some way of cheering themselves up in the middle of winter. So they came up with solstice celebration, and which, when Christianity came around, they couldn't get rid of. And so they incorporated it into their religion instead, which is what most Christian holidays actually are. They're just an incorporation of European holidays that they couldn't get people convert or to stop celebrating, even though they did convert. So, a little bit of a interesting bit of knowledge there. And now they're incorporating everything from SpongeBob to the Holy Grail and harmonicas. And that, I think, is actually a real harmonica, not really decoration. But go into the international aisle here, and the musical aisle, they have all kinds of decorations of drums and cassette tape one. Basically, what they're trying to say, I think, is that you could have Christmas at your home with crap you find around your junk drawer. Because a lot of these decorations, like the one that was of the cassette tape and just stuff that you'd find in your junk drawer, probably even take some old Star Wars figures and hang them from the tree and couldn't, have yourself a Star Wars themed Christmas. So you don't really have to go to Bronner's to do any of this stuff, but it's nice to go there and see all the stuff and see how everybody's hard work and doing stuff. The Chinese section. They have an Irish section. Kind of funny that the Irish make fun of themselves. All the leprechauns and other crap. At this point, we're just kind of, looking at things and pointing the camera at things that you might want to watch, might want to see. Stuff like that. Like I said, this China section, some of this stuff actually just repeats. So, stuff you might have missed. Lucky cats for Chinese New Year. Although this year is the year of the snake, not really a cat. Just kind of looking at more stuff. This point of the video, I'm just gonna let you, the viewer, have a look at all the fine decorations and other things, and because it's a lot of looking at decorations, and I've done this like 1,000 times, but for the viewer who hasn't, you might want to enjoy this just without a voice. And so, here's to just looking at it.
That movie, remember?
Well, I kind of forgot to go into the Bronner's restaurant that's inside of Bronner's because Frankenmuth actually so many places to eat. It's not even funny. You can even eat inside of Bronner's, which we didn't do this time, and we rarely do because it's usually not anything great fare. It's usually like sausages and I don't know, chili and all the soft drinks are pretty good. Nothing else is really that great of high quality. I don't know, it's kind of like carny food, and so we're just going to ignore the carny food and continue to try to enjoy our stroll through Bronner's. So just to kind of enjoy, and I will try to keep my mouth shut as much as I can through Bronner's. But as you can see, that there were some shots where we weren't able to get too much pictures of the decorations, and we got everybody's feet instead. That couldn't be helped. So just try to enjoy the shots that I included that don't have people in them. Now entering the college area of Bronner's. I don't know why they put football and all this other stuff in there, but I guess for those people who like sports-themed Christmas trees. Like I said, Bronner's has a little bit of everything. They even do Halloween. So, as you'll see, even the buildings cannot escape the Halloween treatment, and some as you're seeing as we're closing in on the Halloween stuff, it's over in a corner here somewhere, and all the spooky stuff right there. I think they even have a building where it's have Cassandra Peterson's character, Elvira. And we'll see in about a minute or two. It's just a matter of getting around to that building. And there she is. And a little more kind of Beetlejuice theme here, I think. They're now leaving Bronner's. It's always good to see it every so often. Sometimes they change things around. And, they didn't really change things from the last time that we were here. But it's good to go because every so many years, 10 years or so, they change the setup and they change how everything is, and it's still always Christmassy and stuff. And it's pretty much the outside, and I guess all the Thanksgiving parade floats from Frankenmuth end up outside here at the end of Bronner's. So I guess they have like a big Christmas Day parade here in Frankenmuth, but we wouldn't know since we're never there, and we can never get a hotel because every time we go into Frankenmuth, all the hotels are booked. Not a single one is not booked, which is how you know they're rolling in the dough. Now we're gonna head out here, and then what's really surprised me is that there was a Korean hot pot in what used to be called the Black Forest. We didn't get to go there, but as you can see, we're ended up in the Village Platz area of Frankenmuth at this point, heading towards the store that my Uncle John sold a bunch of stones from the UP to a small shop in Michigan shop. It's very nice people, good people.
I'm going to take me to the shop where it was sold Uncle John's rocks. Yeah. Yeah. He made money off of it. He lives like up in Saw, Michigan, where, or is it Mass, Michigan? I don't know, Mass, Michigan, or something like that. Going around there. It's around there. Well, anyway, he lives up like by near Iron Mountain and Copper Harbor in BFE, Michigan, where nobody lives. There's like all these abandoned copper mines and stuff, and so he goes in there and grabs stuff out of the mine. Uncle John was going to cook. We went over to the covered bridge and that place. There's a parking lot.
There's the covered bridge. Turn one.
At this point in the film, we go from almost summer-like conditions to where it just decided to wanted to snow, because that's Michigan weather. And as you can see, we're going to cross the covered bridge here while it's snowing. It's went from nice sunny conditions to snowy and wet within 15 minutes. Thus is Michigan weather. Okay, Michigan weather is always changing. It's never the same. It can go from snowy to sunshiny in a matter of seconds. And now we're going into the bowels of the Bavarian Inn, where we were looking for a barometer, because they're supposed to sell German barometers, they're all kinds of fancy and stuff. And we did find them, but they were incredibly expensive. Almost $50 for something that was cheap and produced in China. And as I said before, there are no really good barometers in the building. This is the old cheese shop. Now it's just a memorabilia shop, and it's no cheese, just memorabilia and other crap. And no stop to Frankenmuth's complete without going to the taffy shop and seeing the taffy put on the taffy stretcher and made into taffy. Then we go to the new cheese shop, which they even moved the cheese mouse. Get a couple shots of the cheese mouth and go inside. And it kind of looks like the memorabilia shop, only bigger. But they actually make cheese here, as you can see. And if you can hear in the background, it is actually a machine that's packaging the cheese. And there they are, packaging cheese. And maybe it was because it was a Wednesday. We actually got to see them doing that. We took them around, and then we headed out to the fudge shop to see fudge being made. It's one of probably 3 places where you can see this kind of fudge being made. One is Mackinac Island, the other is Frankenmuth, and the third place is, believe it or not, Yates Cider Mill. For some reason, they try to make it at Yates. I'm not sure why. They just do. Although I'm not very fond of cider either. So now we're head back out here. We're gonna try to go to Tony's, and we're gonna have a big bacon sandwich. And when I mean big, it's not like a little bit big. It's huge. It is a really big bacon sandwich. First, we're gonna try and stop off at the Frankenmuth Watch and Clock Shop and pick up some Christmas gifts. Then after that, we're going to the parking lot here, and we're at Tony's, where we're going to enjoy the world's biggest bacon sandwich. It's about a quarter pound, no, not a quarter pound, it's a pound of bacon with a little bit of lettuce, a little bit of tomato. So it's the world's biggest BLT. Although there's very little mayonnaise on it, it's a lot of bacon, and it's just good. And the mashed potatoes are good too. So is the gravy. I'd say this is one of the best restaurants out of Birch Run, and there's that sandwich. It's the world's largest BLT. Believe it or not, it's a pound of bacon. Okay, that's with a bite taken out. Super, super delicious. Cannot beat it. The super delicious mashed potatoes, right there. This is where we end our excursion to Frankenmuth, and where we hope you enjoyed it. It's a little bit long, and it's was what it was. We were kind of asked to go on a Wednesday and try to experience as much fun as we could, and we did our best. After all, it was a Wednesday, and so to going in the middle of the week is never really that great. Now we're going to begin the Christmas part of the video. Yay, Christmas. And you see the train going around the tree. It's Christmas time. How you know Santa came? All those presents for all those being good all year and having to deal with being screamed and yelled at by a cranky Chinese woman. And here we are. It's New Year's now, and we're making our famous New Year's nachos, which is always delicious. If you want to make New Year's nachos too, here's what you do. You buy a tray from the dollar store, and you buy some chips from the dollar store, and you use maybe some Doritos that you got from the neighbors or the bank, and start lining your pan with them. Hey, can't complain, got it from the bank. Bank gives you something else. You can also use chips from your favorite store that might be cheap, like a store that starts with A and ends with D's. And good cheap, kind of nacho chips that are right there. And then you add in your taco meat, because nachos aren't complete without taco meat. So basically beef and a packet of stuff. That's real simple. And we start putting on some cheese, another filler. We're even going to use some queso. Do whatever you want with the nachos. Then we add some onion and then some bacon, and then we begin the layering again, and just kind of like that. There's their bacon. Okay, and as many packets as you want. Nachos are pretty universal. You can add about anything. You just want to make sure that when you're adding your bacon stuff, you don't accidentally get the dry packet in there. It's usually in the pre-shredded bacon. And you always want to use the real bacon. You never want to use that salad bacon crap. It's all kind of dried and fake. Nobody likes fake meat. There's always a weird taste to it. And then you add your salsa. You add a lot of salsa. You even add queso dip too. And I think that's what we might have done. At the end of it, it comes almost like a giant nacho casserole. It's delicious, and it's something that you can make. It's not that hard. It feeds a lot of people and a lot of hungry, happy faces, which is what you want to be seeing on New Year's Eve anyway. There was the queso dip. And just spread it around. Yeah, just like that. Just keep on spreading. In the end, we're going to put this in the oven for about 20 minutes. So, I think we're going to add maybe another layer of chips. There we go. Just like that. Maybe even want to add another layer of meat. So, make it all on there nice. Make it bigger and better than what they used to call Ultimate Nachos. Kalamazoo, this one place called Bilbo's. Bilbo's Ultimate Nachos. Bilbo is a character from the book The Hobbit. Not to be confused with the Lord of the Rings, which is the same character, but he originally appeared in the first book of The Hobbit. But that's kind of getting off the subject of making nachos. Well, anyway, at this restaurant called Bilbo's, they had this thing called the Ultimate Nachos, which was just a little bit smaller than what I'm making here. And so, believe it or not, this is more of a meal than one person can really eat. You have to always take them to go because you can never finish them. So like I said, they were just a wee bit smaller than what I got here. And so just, you can watch me make this. It's all made by hand. It's all delicious. It's all eaten. It's all gone. Not overnight. Probably took a good 3 days to finish this all off. It was very delicious. Everyone enjoyed it. And I always say, if you're going to put sour cream on it, don't bake it into it, okay? Do it at the end. Because you want the sour cream to be fresh and delicious, which it was. Which we did do. Not much really has to be said about here. It's layered upon layer of nachos and stuff. And so everything is, it's 3 layers of chips, meat, and cheese, and bacon, and onion, and just everything you could think of. And so of Daddy's Ultimate Nachos. Red Wolf's Ultimate Nachos. And remember, the sour cream goes on at the end. Get all the stuff in there right now. And after all the stuff is on there and everything's to the top of the pan there, and it's about a 3-inch pan. That's a lot of nachos. And you stick it in the oven for about, I don't know, anywhere from 10 to 20 minutes, depending on how crispy you like your stuff. So, or how melted you like everything. And you always want to preheat, probably the lowest setting at 350, which is what most ovens are set at. We had a convection oven too, so for all those who don't know what a convection oven is, it's also an air fryer. Just a fairly big one. So that's something for everybody to know. If you have a convection oven, don't waste your money and go out and buy an air fryer with the same damn thing. So, save you some money there. At this point, I'm just finishing up, and I'm going to get ready to, shove it into the oven and start cooking here in a minute. In the oven we go. No, we're gonna go 5 minutes for about 350 degrees. Then we go over to baking and go over to here. Let's go with 7. And through the magic of TV, we're done. And now we're serving and eating our nachos. And as I said before, the sour cream is added on after you're done baking. Enjoy it. It's kind of been a crappy year. And hopefully Donald Trump dropped dead or something. Or something good will happen. I don't know, maybe it's... I don't even really care. They're just bad people. I only wish bad things on bad people. There we go. Drain 24 has been successfully flushed down the drain. Here's hoping that 2026 is a better year. You already know that because of certain things that happened at the end of 2024, it's really not going to be a great year from 2025. But try and enjoy 2025 anyway. Alright, we flushed it all out.